Well, welcome to the VideoMy podcast. We are at ATC. I'm David Maccioca.
And I'm Craig Watson. I'm with Carly George here from VHP. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So exciting to have you here. There's lots happening at ATC, and we're at day 2. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what your experience has been like.
I think the conference has been really great this year. I feel that it's been different to all the other years in the sense that with AI and how fast it's adapting and how fast it's changing what we do, no one can give you really any definitive answers on what the future is going to look like. So sometimes when you go to a conference, you leave and you're like, yeah, that's, 1 + 1 = 2. I'm definitely going to do that. That's definitely going to work, right? But now it's like the whole deck of cards being thrown up in the air, and we're kind of at this really sweet inflection spot, right? Because we've got all these ideas, we've got all these little seeds that we've got from today, but it's like, who's going to plant them? Who's going to grow something from them? So I guess maybe. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for what it's going to do to our industry and see what it looks like.
BHP have been on an AI journey, haven't they? When it first came out, how are you guys thinking about AI?
We're super cautious.
Yes.
So I'd say that we are on an AI.
A lot of companies are, though.
We're definitely on an AI journey from a sense of how we can use the mass amounts of data that we have in an organization and how AI can help us interpret it and predict. From a TA perspective, and we're just slowly dipping our toes into it. So one of the vendors that are here, Paradox, we are using their tool to try and help with our interview scheduling and just, really trying to amp our candidate experience in our process, which is working reasonably well, but we are relatively new in that. But look, what's next? Like, I need to go home and think about all the things that I got here today to see what I'm going to do, right?
Well, you're probably thinking about what's next because you have done something pretty exciting just in the last 6 months that I'm sure once you let it out, a lot of companies are going to be quite jealous. What did you achieve?
So not myself, but by myself, with a lot of people. BHP achieved gender balance across our organisation around May 2025. So for a mining organisation, it's phenomenal.
Epic.
Like,
it's amazing. Congratulations. That's something that so many companies have been trying to do and failing, and even Australia as a region globally have not been great. Secrets? Any secrets? How?
I feel like it shows you what you can do when a whole organisation gets behind the goal and believes in it. So, everybody was on board about getting to this goal, right from the top, right to our frontline supervisors. It was something that we all truly believed in. And I guess we just never took no for an answer. Well, why not? Well, what else can we do? How else can we get there? From my marketing point of view, what else can I do? What are marketing organizations doing to acquire customers and all of that top of the funnel stuff? What can I learn from them? What can I do? So I feel super privileged that I've been able to do some really cool work. Some of it didn't work, but some of it did, right? And that's the joy with digital marketing. Straight away if it's failed. You move your money, you move your time, you move your efforts, and you pivot and you move on. So yeah.
I feel like a number of businesses want to go on the journey of gender balance for a variety of reasons. Obviously, there's an ROI to it, and there's other benefits. Why don't you tell us what the benefit has been since you have reached gender? Is there anything noticeable that has changed with the culture or?
Our business is just different. So if I think about the BHP that I worked in 13 years ago, even mining, so before BHP I was with the other mining organisation, you'd be the only female walking on the floor, right? And for me, I'm pretty confident. Like I could probably
you're not.
I could probably be okay with that. But not everybody's like me, and that doesn't mean that they don't belong in that organisation or their ideas aren't worth something, but they may not have had the confidence to speak up or to let those ideas come out, right? And if you have a group of people that all look the same, all sound the same, all from the same backgrounds, how are you going to progress your organisation to where it needs to be? Because you'll be like, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. Whereas if someone's coming in from a different thought process, different backgrounds, they're going to have different ideas,
so
right?
gender's a big thing, that sense of belonging. So you feel like fast forward from 13 years, there's much more of a sense of belonging
Yeah.
at BHP.
And from a
Okay.
talent perspective, you make a good point because mining and resources, it's traditionally a male-dominated, industry.
Not at BHP.
Not at BHP. So that gives you another channel or avenue to prospective candidates that want to feel engaged. So, like from a gender perspective, if you've got parity and that's normalised internally, you're going to have access to a group of candidates that maybe some of your competitors don't.
If you can't see it, you can't be it, right? You can see it at BHP. So
I
you
love
got
your little nuggets. You got some good nuggets.
But it's true though, right?
true.
Like, and if you think about where some of our people work as well, we're sending them, thousands of kilometers away from
Yeah.
home. They are in a camp where they've got to go to a dining room and walk by themselves. Like, that's daunting in itself. So if you walk in and you see people that look like you, and this isn't just gender, like I would
Yep.
love to work in a BHP that's like completely inclusive and just represents
Ethnicity,
completely our
age,
communities.
yeah, not just gender,
Everything, like
yeah.
age, gender, ethnicity,
Yeah.
like those with disability. Like I want that, that's where I'd like us to go. It makes you feel welcome, right? And if you feel welcome, you feel happy. And I'm a big believer, if you're happy at work, you're going to do your best work. You're going to be better for a teammate, to help your team. And I think, look, the data has shown that more diverse workplaces are safer.
Yep.
So,
And it's really interesting too because, if you also think about enterprise businesses, large businesses, and the rapid change or the change that you've gone through to have gender parity, embracing via Paradox and AI in your recruitment processes, that is not normally what you'd expect from a super large company. So you must be doing some amazing things over there.
I think the BHP that maybe people think or perceive is definitely not the BHP that we are now. I used to say, we're a really slow ship. It takes a while to change the direction of this ship. And who we are now, I'd be amazed to see what we look like in the future with the way that they're changing and they're pivoting. We're using AI across our business. How can we optimize productivity? Just really, I guess we're no longer a miner, but we're sort of moving into that commercial technology, pushing. It's exciting.
Yeah, and really, mine is the backbone of Australia's economy. The government's just signed a $8 billion deal on rare earth. It's going to be helpful for BHP as well. And every Australian wants BHP to be successful.
Yeah.
You pin up for a superannuation.
Mine too.
Everyone, we want you to win. It's great that you guys are doing these. I feel like you should be talking at the conference, talking
No.
about impact.
I
Joe
think-
needs to get on top of
I know,
this.
I know.
I think, look, for me, and the way that I look at it, mining can be polarizing, right? I accept that, how we do things, people might not be comfortable with what we do. But for me, without us, the world's not going to move further forward.
Yeah.
We want copper and batteries and technology. You're not going to get that without us. And I just think we try and do things the best that we can. We try and do things with care. We try and hire the best people that know the best about each of the things that we need. And look, I would hope that we listen to them like I get listened to at VHP, right? So I would hope that most people have a really great journey and experience with us because of the great people that we have in there.
Yeah. Hey, Carly, just before we go, of the sessions you've been to over the last couple of days, which ones resonated with you most?
This is a really good question. I really enjoyed Kevin Wheeler's session this morning.
Yeah.
I think, again, no one knows what's going to happen, but it was good to see some of these crystal ball predictions. I think the arguments for and against AI that Indeed ran was interesting because it used data and backed up some of the arguments with stats. But yeah, look, overall, I think, every session I've got notes and I've taken something from. So thoroughly enjoed it
Your team's going to love you when you get back.
because I'll have lots to tell them, right? I
Well,
have
it
lots
sounds
of
like
work.
you're on a mission for your next big project. So, looking
you.
forward to knowing what you get up to.
Yeah, thank you.
And thanks for spending some time with us today, Carly. We really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks for having me.